Ladies and gentlemen, what you're about to hear tonight could completely shift the financial outlook for millions worldwide. Picture waking up tomorrow and realizing the Iraqi dinar sitting in your drawer is suddenly valued at $345 each. Sounds unreal, right? But that's the figure grabbing attention everywhere right now, stirring endless conversations and setting investor groups buzzing with shock. Here in 2025, the whispers have grown into full-blown discussions, and the big question on everyone's mind is simple. Could this finally be it? Social media is exploding, forums are on fire, and even late-night TV can't ignore the story. But here's the kicker. It's not just the Iraqi dinar making waves. The Vietnamese Dong has stepped into the spotlight too, with talk of a possible joint revaluation that could rock the global financial system. Investors around the world are glued to their screens watching every update. From small towns in the US to markets in Europe and Asia, that $345 figure keeps repeating like a drumbeat. And it isn't just some random number. It could mean life-changing gains for families, communities, and everyday people. Add the Dong into the mix, and the excitement shoots to another level entirely. Both currencies have long been called undervalued, weighed down for years by war, politics, and economic setbacks. Tonight, though, that old speculation has taken on a new energy. Banks, analysts, and insiders are being swamped with questions. Is this real? Is it finally happening? If so, what should people do to prepare? The suspense is thick, with new rumors and fresh updates dropping almost by the minute. What's fueling it all? For months, there's been quiet chatter about reforms, upgrades, and financial system changes in Iraq. But this week, the pace has sped up dramatically. Reports of internal banking memos, test runs on exchange platforms, and whispers from high-level financial circles have all found their way into the conversation. Then came the spark. Claims that former President Donald Trump mentioned a revaluation linked to September 5th, 2025. Nothing's been officially confirmed. But the timing alongside recent financial shifts has investors thinking something big may be unfolding. And with the Vietnamese Dong rumored to move at the same time, speculation has gone into overdrive. Could this be the long-discussed global reset finally taking shape? Now let's look at that $345 number more closely. For years, dinar holders have dreamed of a revaluation that matches Iraq's economic weight. With massive oil reserves, minerals, and strategic trade routes, many economists have argued the dinar has been held back far below its true value. If the currency hit $345, it would instantly rank among the strongest in the world, placing Iraq back on the global stage. The Vietnamese Dong has a similar backstory. Despite Vietnam's rise as a global hub for trade, manufacturing, and tourism, its currency has stayed weak. Investors have long believed a correction was overdue. Over recent years, Vietnam has modernized its banking sector, strengthened trade agreements, and positioned itself as a key player in Asia's economy. If the Dong were to revalue alongside the dinar, the shift would be historic. People who've been quietly holding both currencies for years are now crunching numbers, staying up late, and imagining what this moment could mean. All across social media, people aren't just asking if, they're asking how and when. Groups are filled with exchange calculators, step-by-step guides, and personal stories from those who've held onto currency through years of delays and false alarms. Some nearly gave up, but the energy now feels different. That $345 figure is spreading everywhere, almost like a rallying cry. Screenshots of supposed bank test rates are being shared, fueling even more hype. For many, this isn't just about profits, it's about rewriting their family's financial story. A $345 rate would instantly catapult the dinar into the league of top currencies like the Kuwaiti dinar or the Omani rial. Economists say it would draw billions in foreign investment, kickstarting new projects in energy, infrastructure, and tech. For everyday Iraqis, it could mean stronger purchasing power and a better quality of life almost overnight. And if the Dong also revalues, the combined impact could shift the balance of economies across Asia and beyond. No wonder financial experts everywhere are laser-focused on this unfolding story. Reports are circulating that banks worldwide have been quietly preparing. Some insiders talk about staff receiving memos on how to manage big exchanges, while others mention system updates showing placeholder rates. None of this has been officially confirmed, but the pattern matches what's been seen before major currency changes in history. Add in the September 5th date being whispered about, and people are circling their calendars. Could it align with upcoming meetings of global financial institutions? To many, it feels like more than coincidence. If that date proves true, the celebrations could be unlike anything seen in currency history. Imagine families walking into banks and exchanging stacks of dinar or dong for life-changing amounts. News channels would light up with breaking headlines. Debts cleared, businesses funded, retirements secured, could change lives overnight. And with Trump's rumored involvement, the political weight of the event only grows. Whether you support him or not, his name in the mix guarantees worldwide attention. Of course, not everyone is convinced. Skeptics point to the long history of false alarms and overblown promises tied to these currencies. There have been countless guaranteed dates that never materialized. Still, even critics admit the current atmosphere feels different. The alignment of reforms, political timing, and global markets isn't something we've seen before. The $345 number isn't pulled from thin air. Either it's a figure economists have floated for years as realistic if Iraq's full potential was recognized. Vietnam's rising trade power just adds more fuel. If Iraq revalues, it could mark a turning point after decades of struggle. The dinar's rise would boost national pride, expand revenues, and attract global business. Your infrastructure, education, and healthcare could all benefit from fresh funding. International companies would see Iraq as an opportunity again, creating jobs and growth. For everyday Iraqis, the difference would be felt from grocery prices to housing affordability. The psychological boost of seeing their currency respected globally would be huge. Vietnam has its own momentum. Over the past decade, it's become a manufacturing hotspot, attracting global companies looking beyond China. Trade deals with the US and Europe have strengthened its position, but the dong's value hasn't caught up. A revaluation could unlock purchasing power, fuel small business growth, and attract more investment. Tourism could rise as Vietnam gains more global recognition. If the dong moves with the dinar, the ripple effect across Southeast Asia could reshape trade and regional economics. Currency exchange centers are already reporting a spike in inquiries. People are checking requirements, fees, and preparing their notes. Online checklists are spreading with advice on making appointments, securing documentation, and even traveling abroad if rates differ. This level of preparation shows people believe this moment could really happen. Whether they're right or not, the buzz is undeniable. In a world often filled with uncertainty, the chance of a positive financial shift is uniting communities in shared excitement. The political angle is just as interesting. If Trump did signal September 5th, could be part of a broader plan whether to showcase economic reform, strengthen ties with Iraq and Vietnam, or simply shift the news cycle. Whatever the motive, attaching his name has given the story extra weight. And in today's media world, visibility matters. The more people believe this is happening, the more seriously they prepare. Belief itself can create momentum. Experts do caution, though, that even if the $345 rate becomes official, the process won't be as simple as walking into a bank and cashing everything in. There may be limits, paperwork, and tax implications. Some banks may require proof of purchase or set appointments. Others might offer different rates depending on whether the exchange is for cash or deposits. That's why many stress having a clear plan, knowing where to go, what's required, and how to handle the outcome. The opportunity could be massive, but smart planning will be key. For many, holding dinar or dong has been about more than money, it's been about hope. Families have held on to notes for years, sometimes passing them down across generations, waiting for the day they'd be worth something big. Now, with the $345 number everywhere, and the dong included, it feels like that day may finally be close. People are already picturing tears of joy, celebrations, and a new future. Whether it's real or not, that hope has become a powerful force. Markets are already showing hints of movement. Commodities tied to Iraq are seeing upticks. Certain regional stocks are being traded more heavily. Currency speculation platforms are reporting spikes in activity. The what if alone is enough to stir markets, and if the announcement does happen, those ripples could turn into tidal waves. Rarely does a currency event carry such global weight, but with two currencies tied to resource-rich and fast-growing nations, the impact could be enormous. For now, the world waits. Every post, every update, every insider whisper is being dissected for clues. People are setting alarms, refreshing feeds, and tuning into live streams. The closer we get to September 5th, the more intense it gets. Excitement, nerves, and cautious hope are all colliding. Whether or not this plays out exactly as predicted, this moment has already created a sense of community and anticipation that feels historic in itself. If the $345 rate goes live, it will be remembered as one of the biggest currency stories of our time. Lives changed overnight, headlines that echo for years, and communities transformed. For those holding both dinar and dong, the potential is even bigger. But this isn't only about wealth, it's about freedom, opportunity, and the chance to shape a better future. So as the date approaches and the world holds its breath, remember this. Whether it happens tomorrow, next week, or later, the alignment of events has never felt closer. Stay prepared, stay hopeful, because we may be on the edge of history.